Welcome back to my channel, Just Righteous Water Flows. All right, you guys, here it is. Very important message I'm going to be talking about today as usual. I like to talk about a lot of important things on this walk with Christ, because as you walk, there's always going to be something new to learn, always going to be something to remind yourself, to sharpen that blade that God has given you, you know what I'm saying? So stay focused, as we go in this battle against evil, because God uses us differently, and unfortunately, each individual person is going to have different weaknesses and strengths. This is something we must be aware of. This is why you must not judge. Bible always talk about not judging people. Let's be real. So we was all once in a certain place, but we've done things that are wrong and we've had to change, or we've made mistakes. It was in the process of learning. Sometimes it could just be the way that we thought about something. We was thinking from angles that came from, relatives, that came from, the school you went to, and the environments you was around, the things that you listened to when you were in class, the people that you chose to follow, the people that interest you as a child growing up. These are the type of qualities that shape us out individually to who we are and our character. So with that being said, when you become who you are and you are trying to figure out what it is that God has you doing on your path, you must understand the process of what God had you experience. Because if you don't understand your process, you will always have a problem. See, some people spend more time so focused on how everybody else is doing something or trying to emulate something that's outside of who they are. You could have a brother or sister and you could try to do everything that they do and it will never work. But every time they try to do it, it works. And this is God trying to tell you, you need to go your individual path. It's the best path you'll go and is the way out. And that's the way through. So as long as you keep yourself focused on the things of God, God will shape you out until you having your authenticity, until you having your uniqueness, the independence that you want. You know what I mean? Because you are significantly different. You're completely different than every single person out here. And God did that for a reason. He did that because he needed us to understand that we have to make our own decisions. Our own decisions are God working through us. It is God working through us. You right? So that's one thing you must accept on this path with God. You get to know yourself over a course of time. If you don't change today, guess what? Your future will always be the same. You get the same similar results. See, but the only way that your life will ever change is when you decide to change. You see, sometimes people see you where you are at the moment, not even realizing that it's not about how they see you at the moment, but it's about how God sees you your entire life. Once you recognize that, the right people will be able to see you in the way that God would like you to be seen, right? And you got to be realistic. God put us here for a reason. He gave us a choice. So once you accept the fact that you have a choice and you let go of the fact that you just really want to do what you want to do, this is God reminding you that we are flesh. Your desires are always going to be there. Your temptations constantly coming every day. Just look at the Lord's Prayer. It breaks it down to us, right? We must understand, guys, that building this relationship with Christ is a life walk. And it will be difficult. And it will be some times where you will fall and make some mistakes. You might backstep. It's okay. Get back up. Just get back up. Because once you do that, you will allow God to actually come into your heart. Because God's seen that even though the enemy put all this in your path, even though you maybe made some mistakes, you still chose to change for the better. Some people don't want to change for the better. People will talk a good game, then they'll start thinking about that old world lifestyle, because when you're in the world, it's so easy to be satisfied. Until you find yourself 5-10 years down the line in the same position you was 10 years ago. And now that time flew by, you're starting to realize that we on a schedule. See, when you don't put yourself around people of the light, people of love, people who are genuine. I'm not talking about the ones who tell you all day. I'm talking about the ones who showing you every time and telling you. You know? And I'm not talking about the ones that's just, I'm talking about the ones you know is genuinely supporting you. At least your intuition should show you that, right? Over time, you begin to see, and you have to keep paying attention to the difference. Because if you don't, trust me, you will come across different people who might not have the best intentions for you. And they're not going to reveal that to you the first month, the first year. Sometimes even, you have to be in your walk with God. You have to be in the spirit with your full armor of God on. Because when you walk like that, you allow God to be able to fill you with the Holy Spirit. You allow God to give you the discernment when you pray every day. When you separate yourself from the world, when you put your pride and your ego down trying to prove that you're something, that the enemy wants you to be. Little do you know, you might be trying to do something. You don't realize that there's actually people getting hurt by the way you might be moving. And when you're chosen, you feel that. That's one thing about us. We feel everything. If we do anything to make anybody feel anything, we know. Just because we didn't say nothing, that don't mean that we don't have a heart. That don't mean that we don't have love or we're cruel or anything. No, we just have to protect ourselves on this walk with God. We know we're genuine, we're honest, and that's the thing. Everybody's not willing to be honest. They'll talk a good talk until it really come down to really looking at the real details, because if they go into your business, that means they're going to have to get into their own business. So this is why they will never go that far with you. Why? This is the game that people in the world play. Oh, no, I don't sin. I don't do nothing in the world. I'm this, I'm that. Be careful of these people that make it seem like they're perfect and they ain't never done nothing wrong. But they got years. But they're around all the people. They be around a whole bunch of people in the world. I'm not saying we all have to be around people in the world. I get it. That's a given. But I'm talking about who you choose to keep close to you. Eventually, over time, you'll begin to start to see certain people just not going to be around each other like that. Because the dark cannot comprehend the light. Period. So you must stay prayed up, guys. And you must just stay focused. Like you hear me say this all the time. I'm going to start to get into some more topics that will really, I know is going to move, because I can tell you guys, I've been listening to a lot of things on social media today, and I'm just tired of hearing the fear-based stuff. And I got something for y'all that I think is going to really help you in your relationship with Christ. Help you really see what it is that you can do to make the situation change for you. Because you can. You have to stay prayed up. You have to stay away from the worldly things. And it's okay as much as we want to. And it's something that we can do together. And sometimes people will play the game with you. This is why you have to go alone a lot of times. It's nothing wrong with being by yourself. It's not wrong. You first of all, you need to get familiar with being with God, because you was never alone. Get familiar with that, so you get used to God taking care of you in a different way. You have to build that history with God. Don't just stop. You stop a month, you stop 2-3 months down the line, and you back into the world. Listen, God sees that every time. He's seen you was playing. God is not playing with nobody. There's even times in me, myself, I didn't fail. I was one time all full with the Holy Spirit to go like a whole year straight. Abstinence, I've been giving my life to God. Next thing you know, I had some temptation and I fell right into sin. I'm going to keep running. And I was in sin after that for like a little minute. Couple of months. I'm going to be honest. And I knew it was wrong, but I started to realize that the more I got comfortable in it and the more that life started to feel like everything was okay at the moment, or them couple of months, it's like, bam, something just hit hard. Like, it's like God sent a negative situation my way that woke me back up, and it just rekindled the spiritual essence of what God was bestowing on the Holy within my spirit, using the Holy Spirit, right? I'm so grateful. You understand, like, the way God will make you feel is just, it's like speechless. But you have to give God a chance. It's more different ways to look at life. Neutral stance is very important. Bible tells us, renew your mind. So I hope this video resonates with the right people. I love you guys. I hope everything is well. And I hope that God continues to send the right signs in your life so that you can be able to see them and get closer to Him. He can get closer to you because He does have a plan for you. And if things didn't go right the past couple of years, 5, 10 years, 20, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Let it go. Learn from it and allow God to lift you up to the level where you can get closer to His love. You like them L's, right? Felt like Cool J for a minute. But all right, y'all, peace and love. I gotta go. One love, guys.